All right, welcome back to another episode of the After High School podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching every single week. I do apologize for last week us not posting, but there was like a lot of things going on that I'll probably cover throughout the episode. Or I'd probably just, I'll just knock it off at the bat right now. So basically, one of my relatives passed away this past weekend or week, and also Sean went to North Carolina, or was it South Carolina? I can't remember. He went on one of them, and it was basically really hard to schedule around those two things, and we couldn't really find an exact date to film. So I do apologize for missing a week. Our goal was to never miss a week, like of the entire podcast and everything, but we failed. I do apologize, but I hope you guys understand. And but we got another episode for you guys today, and you guys might be wondering, where's my partner? Usually there's two chairs here, it's me and Sean. So basically, like I think like last week we got into a little bit of an argument, and then we turned into a real fight. We started throwing stuff at each other. We started fist like hitting each other, and it became like a whole situation and everything. Now I'm just playing with you guys. So basically, Sean had some personal issues, and I completely understand. He had to miss an episode, and I really wanted to bring you guys some like piece of content so you guys could watch. Because if not, like I guess there wouldn't be an episode. So I just decided to film a solo episode, and I asked all of you guys on Instagram for a whole bunch of questions you guys wanted me to answer, and you guys did a great job. You guys actually put like some really good questions and like just topics to cover. So we're gonna get through that. We have a long list right here, and I hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna be back with the regular podcast next week, me and Sean, and maybe a guest. It's not completely locked in, but there's a possibility of us having a guest on next week, so that would be pretty cool. But so let's just dive right into the questions. So a lot of you guys asked me about like social media and everything. And like the first question, or the question I saw the most, was like, what made me get into social media? And honestly, I grew up with YouTubers. Like a lot of people didn't grow up with YouTubers. Like the older generations didn't like have a YouTube and everything. But I grew up with it. I watched Smosh and Roman Outwood and YouTubers like that. So every time I would see them, I would want to like, it kind of like made me want to make content. But at the time, I was like little. I couldn't have like, I didn't have like a good camera to record on, and I didn't know how to do anything. This is like early YouTube, and I just really enjoyed that kind of content. And I always like thought to myself, I would want to make content like that when I got older, because like I'd be able to do more stuff. So honestly, when I was going into high school, uh it was getting near the end of like end of school. Like I was in my senior year, and I really wanted to make content. I didn't want to go to college, so it became like a thing that I was like, this is my last year in high school, so I have to like somehow make social media work so I don't have to go to college, because college was never in the books for me. I never wanted to go. I think we'll probably get into like stuff like that later on, but yeah, college never enticed me. Like sitting in a classroom all the time didn't like appeal to me, and working like regular 9 to 5 didn't like, I didn't see it for myself, to be honest. And I always thought maybe like this like delusion speaking or something, but I always saw myself doing something like in life, like being successful. And I knew it was gonna be through social media, but I just didn't know how. So definitely finding how, like what to do on social media, was like the hardest part. But once you find it, it's like a wheel, just keep going and going. Just like drag it on for as long as you can. And then there's eventually gonna be a point where you have to stop and switch your content. That's like kind of like in the state I am right now. But like I rode the Polaroid wave for like 200 to 300 days, and that's like a lot of content. So yeah, so that's how, like that's what made me want to start content creation. And a lot of you guys would be like, oh well, what did your family think of you doing like TikTok and YouTube? And to be honest, that's like one of the things I think that held me back for so long, which is like caring what other people think, especially family, because I know that that's like what a lot of people go through. And that's why a lot of people are hesitant to do content, is because like they're like, oh, what is my friends or what is my family gonna think of it? And honestly, if you really want to do social media, you have to like go get those feelings and then throw them away, because you have to go into social media with the mindset of not caring what anybody thinks. And I'm not saying like go do some crazy shit on the streets or whatever, but just like don't care what people are gonna think about you. Like if somebody, let's say like a close relative is like, you're never gonna make it, or why would you embarrass yourself by putting yourself on camera? Just like you like just take that out your brain, like don't let it bother you, because you're never gonna get anywhere by like by just listening to what other people say. You just got to do your own thing, and you have to like believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself a lot, because that's the only thing that's gonna keep you going. So believe in yourself. Don't care what anybody thinks. And those are the two tips I'll give to anybody that wants to do social media. Are those two things: believe in yourself and do not care like a single what anybody else thinks of you. I shouldn't be cursing. I've been trying not to curse. I apologize. But yeah, what did my family think? Mm, uh, like my brother was pretty supportive. Anything I needed for the video, he'd help me out. Same thing with my sister, my mom, my dad. They didn't really understand it, and at the same time, I didn't tell anybody in my family I was doing this until they found out, and then they would ask me, "What am I like? What am I doing?" And but my dad and my mom were like, they were kind of like, uh, they were not supportive. They were just like confused on what I was doing, because I didn't really tell them what I wanted to do, like the social media thing. I just avoided it. I was just like, I'm gonna do it, and then when they find out, they find out. So I think when they finally like were asking me questions and they saw like all the views I was getting, I guess like they were proud of me, but they still both really wanted me to go to college. Because I don't know, they just really they want all of our me and my siblings all to go like to school and everything, but like I just never wanted to go to college and continue like education and stuff like that. And it was hard like communicating that to them because they have a different mindset than us. So that was like constantly me saying like, look at all the stuff I'm doing on social media. And my dad would always be like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool. But what college are you going to? What are you gonna study? And then it took him a while to get it. And honestly, it wasn't until like I got like a pretty big brand deal that he saw like, oh, there's actually like potential to make money in this and grow, and like you don't have to go to school to make this money. So that kind of showed them, and that's kind of what that's kind of what I was working towards. I wanted just to show them how social media could work, so they didn't like they would understand more, because they couldn't really say anything. Like I was making a good amount of money from social media and the brand stuff, so it was like kind of like a point where why would you go to college and waste all this money, go into debt when I'm already making money to like I guess to like supply myself and everything, to buy everything for myself. And so yeah, it was kind of like it was teetering at first. They didn't know to support it or to not support it, but they're pretty supportive of it now. And they know I'm really like locked into this, and this is what I want to do with my life. So they really can't do anything, but at the same time, like they're pretty supportive. If I ever need anything, they're definitely there to help. Um, and then in like this whole social media space, a lot of people you have like people you look up to in the social media, and a lot of you guys were like, oh, who do you look up to? And honestly, it was like a lot depending on the time. Early on was Roman Outwood. Roman Outwood had like the vlogs. He was like the top. He was the top of the food chain. He was like killing it. And then it became more Sidemen. I watched them a lot when I was like in my like 14, 15, 16. And then I found Logan Paul because like he was blowing up with Jake. I didn't really watch Jake too much, but Logan's vlogs were more than vlogs. They were like really good stories, and like his storytelling skills are amazing, because if you go back, all his videos have like it still follows like a story, and it's so entertaining at the same time, which is something I don't think any creator can do as well as him. Because I used to just enjoy them, and I would just be like, wow, like these vlogs are so good. But now that I've gone back to like look at it for like inspiration, but also like to study it, you see that he's following a story in his vlogs, but at the same time it's hella interesting. I don't know if I worded that correctly, but it's just it combines both things, like interesting and storytelling, and it's just like I don't think nobody's as good as storytelling and like making entertaining like videos as him. If you think somebody, definitely put them in the comments so I can check them out. But for right now, I think he's like the best one at it, because like a lot of people are good at storytelling, but they're not good at entertaining. It could be a good story, but it's just not entertaining sometimes. And it's the opposite with other people too. Some people are entertaining, but it's not good storytelling. So I think Logan Paul is like a great example of that, and that's why like the Polar series of mine was inspired by his 99 Originals thing. I've talked countless times about Logan Paul, but honestly, that's like somebody that inspired me a lot. Show us your gym progress. A lot of things, like there was a lot of stuff about the gym. I'm not showing you guys my gym progress until I get to like my goal, or at least near my goal, because I don't know if you guys, I've told you guys this. I kind of hinted at it. I've just been going to the gym a lot. I go to the gym every single morning, and I've been trying to eat cleaner, but it's kind of hard because you always see like something like, let's say if my mom's cooking something which isn't as healthy, but I'll still eat it because it's really good. But I've been trying to eat healthier, and I've been going to the gym like consistently for the past month, like few months. And when I finally get near my goal, I'll probably show you guys. I'll make a TikTok about it or something. But no, I'm not gonna show you guys anything. Yes, I'm not gonna show any. I'm not gonna show you guys anything yet. I mean, and then somebody was like, "How did you lose weight so quickly?" I don't know what they meant by that. I don't think I was ever that chubby since I started social media, I guess. Like I've been pretty not in shape, but like a good shape while I've been doing the whole social media thing. When I was younger, yes, I was pretty chubby, but I think I just grew, and then my body started to like get skinnier just because like the fat got distributed. But lately, there's no way to get skinny really fast. You just gotta put in the work in the gym. It's you get what you put in basically in the gym. The longer you spend in there, the better the results are gonna be. Like if you eat clean, your body's gonna like react to it better. But honestly, there's no like cheat code or anything. Just go to the gym, eat clean, and you'll end up to where you want to be in life. I mean, and you like your body goals and everything. So yeah. And then also that leads to the question like, yes, you could say go to the gym and everything, but what motivates me to go to the gym every day? To be honest, I always take breaks. I was consistent for like almost a year, then I took a long break, and I kind of was like not fat, but I had like some fat on me. And then I went back to the gym, then I took another break, and it happens. You kind of like crash out. But let's say lately, since I've been going pretty consistently, I'd say the thing that has motivated me is like I haven't been happy where I am, so I've been trying to like keep pushing because like I know right now, like since like I'm a month or two consistent right now, that like if I stop now, all that goes to waste. And I know like in a few months or like the longer I keep doing this, the better my body's gonna be, and I can already see some like changes and everything. I could definitely see some changes. I mean, but I know like this is not where I want to be. Like there's still like a lot more I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get way fitter. Like I just can't wait. And I literally be thinking about that while I'm in the gym. Like keep going, come on, like keep going, because I know where I want to be. I'm not there, so I'm not satisfied where I am. So, like my thing is do it in the morning so I can get out the way. Then I go on with my day, do everything I have to do, but always go to the gym in the morning, knock it out, so you don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. Or do it at night. Everybody has a different mindset, but I just like knocking it out in the morning, not thinking about it till next day. And yeah, I'm telling you guys, I can't wait to show you guys like when I finally reach my goal, because I'm so locked in right now. I can't wait to get to where I want to be, like chiseled abs and everything. And it's about to be summertime, so I can't wait, to be on the beach and just be chilling. So that's what really motivates me. And it's kind of hard right now. It's kind of weird doing a solo pod. I'm so used to talking to Sean, like, what is your input on this, Sean? Or Sean would chime in, say something dumb, or just make fun of me. But, Sean, you better come back. What's it called? I got a question. Is your hair curly? I saw some questions like this too. Right now my hair is pretty curly just because I got my perm redone like about a week or two ago. So and as you just heard, my hair is not curly. It is a perm. I struggled with straight hair. I could never find a good hairstyle that would go with my straight hair, and I just don't look good with straight hair. So one time I just experimented, got a perm, and I stuck with it just because I like how I can do my hair with the perm and everything. I can get like a low taper and everything. I just like how the perm suits me. So it is not naturally curly, and I don't really care. It's curly. And it looks good. So it's not naturally curly though. And some of you guys were asking me about like if I had any plans on traveling. And to be honest, I want to go to a lot of places right now, but I've just been busy with the podcast. I've been trying to figure everything out. That's been the hardest part, trying to figure everything out with the podcast. And I'm the person who does all the clipping for it. So it kind of like takes like a good chunk of my time. So I've been really trying to like lock into this and make this successful before I start like doing other stuff, and also this and the Angel Club stuff. it kind of builds on each other and everything. I haven't really thought about traveling. I still want to go to Italy. I want to go to like a whole bunch of places, but right now I'm trying to like lock in on the content before I travel. But I definitely do want to travel. Like I like traveling, go and see new places. It's a lot of content in it. So definitely, I'll definitely go to like some places in the future. But as of right now, I don't have anything planned. But definitely want to travel in 2024. There's still a lot of time in 2024. My birthday's still in July, so you never know. So I'm not gonna like say any specific spots, but I do want to travel, and I think it's gonna be like in this year. So look forward to that. Probably be on YouTube, not TikTok, or maybe both. It depends on like how everything's going at the time. But yeah, so I know a lot of you guys that are right now are listening to this. Some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, are actually in high school because it is called the After High School Podcast. So I did expect it to reach like the high school audience, but a lot of you guys were asking me when I was in high school, was there any points of that made me want to quit? So was there any points that made me want to quit or at least stop what I was doing in high school, like with the videos and stuff? I'd say I can't think of any specific moments, but there was definitely times where I got kind of tired because I'm trying to put you guys in my shoes. I would come home every day and make a TikTok, and that actually took so much longer than I expected it to in the beginning, because your brain can think of so many ideas, but eventually you run out of ideas. Like you hit a wall, and sometimes I literally be in my room, like my brain is like halfway like melted already, trying to like just think of ideas, and it was so hard for me to think of ideas. I'd ask people, I'd ask you guys for ideas, but sometimes I just couldn't think of any ideas, and I literally like drive myself crazy trying to think of something. And it felt like there was a timer going on in my head every single day, because I would post around 6 p.m. So it was kind of like I got home at 2. I had 4 hours to think of an idea, make a video, and post it. So doing that so often, because I did it for 260 something days in a row. There was no breaks. So doing that every single day, it there was definitely points where I probably like wanted to take a day off, but I never did. At least tried not to. And I literally was like, I can't stop, because like my goal was to do it every single day until I graduated, and I did it. But I really had to push myself, and I had to like just like make myself do this. Nobody else is gonna make me do these videos. Like you guys are like telling me like, oh, I can't wait for the next video, but that's not making me do another video. I'm the one who has to drag myself out of bed, go to school, get a picture or a video, make content, and somehow turn it into a video about why I took this Polaroid and everything. And there was like a lot of struggles with that because like of the time management, which was non-existent at the time. But there was definitely days I wanted like just to take a break, chill, and everything. Maybe like hang out with my friends, but it was hard because I knew that was my only year to be successful in social media before I had to choose social media or college. And my parents would have not let me do social media, I think, if I didn't do all that, like all the stuff I did in my senior year. So honestly, there was like a lot of points I wanted to give up. But you just gotta keep pushing yourself. Don't stop. If you know like what you're doing is like gonna go somewhere, just keep going, keep going. Don't care what other people think, just keep going. And what is one suggestion you give to a high schooler? Honestly, not everybody has everything figured out, so don't like uh, don't don't stress yourself out that much, but at the same time don't just go home and be on TikTok all day. You can't. You have to like think about your future. Maybe get a list or get like a note, get paper and a pencil, write everything you like, everything maybe you would want to try in life, and start trying them out. Like if you want to do social media, I'm just using this as an example, just grind it. Like don't look at the views, don't look at them how much money you can or you are making, but just try to be as consistent as possible. And I guess like the same thing goes for if you want to go to college or something. Be consistent in your work. Just keep putting that work in, and like I guess your homework or your schoolwork. And because this really applies to everything. Just just put in as much, like focus all your time on the thing you want to do, and you're gonna get there. Even if it feels like you're in the same spot and you're not growing at all in anything you're doing, just keep going, because you're gonna get there. Because hard work pays off, and I think I'm an example of that. I think the work I put in put me in this position, but your future relies on you. So if you really want to be somewhere, you'll put in the work because you know how important the thing is to you. So just honestly, just put all your energy into whatever you want to do. Don't think about anything else but that, and like live, breathe, and do that every single day, and you're gonna get to where you want to get to. I promise you. Mm, and then this question is like pretty vague. It says, "How hard is it to start a business?" And to be honest, in the beginning, it's very hard because you literally don't know anything. Um, and you might have people around you that know some stuff, but maybe it might not apply to you. Like my dad owns a restaurant, but that doesn't really apply to making clothing for a clothing brand, starting a clothing brand. So it's really hard in the beginning. And honestly, I see that as a test because if you really want to start a brand, for example, you have to figure out every single thing. You don't you shouldn't expect anybody to teach you. And if somebody does teach you about it, great, but never expect it. Just you have to figure everything out on yourself, you know. If you know people, honestly, like go ask them for advice and everything, but you still have to figure out everything. And it's very, very, very hard because you have to find out how to make clothing, how to sell clothing, and how to market clothing. And that's easier said than done, you know. It's very hard, and the more you grow, it kind of becomes harder, and that's the thing. I don't even show like how hard the process is, and if I do, it's just to, like for the video or something. But it's there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, like a lot. A lot of people you have to deal with. Orders that are wrong addressed, they get shipped back to. Like there's so much like little stuff that you do not see that goes on behind the cameras to start a business, and just like a long nights of trying to like do your research, talk to like people, and trying to like figure out how to solve this problem. Sorry, I have like acid reflux, but yeah, there's so much that you don't know that you have to figure out kind of on your own. It's very, very hard. But I honestly thought when I was going through, like when I was struggling for my brand and everything, I honestly felt like it was God testing me and like giving me all these challenges to see how bad I wanted this. And like that's the kind of mindset I had throughout the whole time. So I just kept dealing with all these problems as if there were challenges that God were sending me to test me. So let's say like the website wasn't working or I couldn't ship things out. I honestly thought every single bad thing that happened was God testing me to see how much I wanted this. And I kept going and going and going because I knew this is what I really wanted. And I kind of like proved to myself that, if I keep going and going and trying to figure everything out, I'll eventually get to where I want to be. And I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but it's honestly like the advice and the mentality you have to do anything in life. But yes, starting a clothing brand or just a company in general is extremely complicated. And um, don't let that like distract you. You're probably thinking right now, wow, that sounds like really stressful and hard, but the payoff is amazing. So definitely don't get discouraged by this. Just use it as like motivation. Be like, I want to get to the point where I'm struggling. Because you thrive. You want to thrive in the struggle. I feel like the struggle makes you stronger and it makes you like more prepared for the future. Like you once you face a problem and you understand how to solve it, boom, you can apply that to anything else. And honestly, if you want to start a brand, go do it. It's a lot of work, but you got it. I don't think I have that many. I don't think I have that many special things about myself, and I was able to start a brand. So definitely, you guys can. There's a lot of people smarter and more charismatic as me, so you guys can do it because I did it somehow. um, Let's see. This one says, "What was your dream when you were little?" I honestly think social media and everything. This is basically what my dream was. Maybe not at the level. Like I still want to grow so much more, but this is like the start. Like I honestly think like I'm only like a year or two in, so I want to just keep growing and growing and growing and get to like I want to be on the Mount Rushmore of content creation, and for a good thing, not like filled with controversy or filled with drama and beef, like just because I don't want those things to propel me. I want to propel myself by the content I put out and the stuff I create for people. So yeah, I just want to entertain people. Mm, This one says, "What will your teachers think about me bringing the Polaroid into school?" Honestly, I always had it in my backpack a lot, so nobody really noticed it. But when I would pull it out, a lot of teachers would be like, "Wow, they still make Polaroid cameras." They were more shocked about like Polaroid cameras still being a thing than the actual videos. Like they would just think, I guess they probably thought I was making it for memories and stuff because I never like took the time to really tell all my teachers like, "Oh, I'm doing this," because like I don't really like brag, and I kind of I was just going like I was doing my own thing, and the teachers that would ask, I would tell them, because like they asked, and they were pretty supportive. I honestly had like you guys know La Master. I talk about him a lot, but he was like a big help. He would help me for any video, and he got nothing in return, but he still like helped me out a lot. So we're gonna have him on the podcast so we could get more into that. But I did have some teachers that probably like looked at me funny and probably didn't like see why I was doing this stuff. But I like I said, don't care what anybody else thinks. I remember I had one teacher. I think I said this already. That I would show up to his class late every day, and he would not understand why I would show up late. I would show up late because I was like up late working on the video for tomorrow or the next day. I mean, and then I would stay up late, go to sleep late, wake up late, and be at his class late. And I didn't really care for his class, and I didn't do anything to disturb his class. That's the thing. I would just show up, to his class. I wouldn't do anything. I wasn't like making noise or anything. I literally just sit at my desk, and he still had like an attitude towards me. And he would constantly be like, "Why do you even come?" So fuck that teacher, to be completely honest. But like I said, don't care what anybody else thinks because that did not change anything to me about me or my future. Somebody asked Kendrick or BBL Drizzy. First off, that is not his name. His name is Drake. I've been a big fan of Drake for a while, and I got a ride by him. Uh, I know there's a lot of things that he's been accused of. Show me proof. I need to see some proof. He makes great music. I've been to his concert. Great concert, brother. But yeah, show me the proof. If you can't, I'm Team Drake all the way. See, this is like a good question that I saw. It said, "What has changed in life ever since you got out of high school?" And this is kind of advice to everybody that's coming out of high school. Your life completely, I guess, completely changes because you don't really have a schedule anymore. You don't have to wake up early, go to school, unless you're like in college and everything. But if you're doing like, if you're working, let's say, or you're just doing your own thing, you have to make your own schedule for yourself. That's the biggest thing that I try to tell people. You have all this free time, but that's not giving you the opportunity to just slack off and be on TikTok all day or watch YouTube videos. You have to basically see how much time you have in your day and split it up into things you want to do. Like I've been trying to like be pretty consistent in my schedule. Like I know I wake up early, go to the gym around this time, do this, do this, do this, and at the end of the day, do this. Boom. And that's kind of like a schedule that I try to like stay consistent with. And honestly, that's the biggest thing. The biggest change is all the free time you have because you have to be strict on yourself. There's no teachers, no parents to tell you what to do and what not to do. All that thing, all your future is basically in the palm of your hands. You can choose to waste it by being on TikTok all day, doing watching YouTube and everything, or you can try something new, go chase your dreams. Because I feel like even if you fail at your dream, at least you tried. So you don't have nothing bad. You don't have nothing to look back on and be like, I wish I would have tried that or something like that. I know it's pretty like generic or whatever, but honestly, it's the truth. Like I would never want to grow up and be like, what if I did those Polaroids because I did it. So at least like I keep saying this. I'm an example, and I use myself an example not to like brag or anything. It's because I honestly think there's not that much things that are special about me. I'm not as like charismatic. I've met way more charismatic people, more talented people, more athletic people that could probably do this way 10 times better than me. But I just put in, I guess, the work into this. So that's why I'm here, my position. But I feel like there's people that could do this way better than me. But are they doing this? No. Do they want to do this? Maybe, but they're just not doing it. So I'm just trying. Honestly, that's the best thing. You just gotta try new things. You never know what you're gonna like fall in love with. You can fall in love with soccer if you never played it, basketball, for example. And I honestly feel like there's so many people that I've met that would be great for the social media thing, but I don't think they have the the drive to do it, or the hard work in them to like be able to do this stuff, because it's a lot of hard work. It is not harder than a 9 to 5. I saw that clip. So doing content creation is not harder than it's not harder than a 9 to 5, because I used to have a 9 to 5 or a 5 to 5, but it's definitely not as hard as that. But people I guess people say that because it's hard work, but it's not as hard as like being outside all day in the sun cutting grass for 8 hours, and but there's like elements that are hard to doing social media, because you have to like basically uh you basically have to build your own schedule and basically tell yourself what to do, and that's kind of taxing on your brain sometimes, like thinking of all these like new stuff. But I'm telling you guys, it's not harder than 9 to 5, because if it was, then I'd just be doing a 9 to 5. I would just be doing a 9 to 5. So shout out these fools. That was a bad that was a bad look for you guys. But shout out these fools. Future collaboration, great content. Is there any more hoodies coming? So yes. As for Angel Club, the next drop is shirts. It's 2 shirts. I kind of like tease it on my Instagram. But the next drop for Angel Club are going to be these 2 white shirts, 2 different designs. And then after these 2 shirts, we have the back to school drop. So yes, like I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if I posted it, or just posted on my story. There's these 2 designs that I came up with my designer, and those shirts will be dropping in June. And then after that, I think my plan is to do an after school, or I mean, not after school, back to school drop, Angel Club edition. It's not anything to do with the podcast, but it's just like an after, like the back to school drop. People do back to school, blah blah blah. This is the Angel Club back to school drop, and it's basically gonna be like kind of like Angel Club University kind of thing, or like like have you guys seen like the designs people have for like their schools and everything, and it looks like college wear and everything, like sweatpants and like sweaters. It's basically like that, but for Angel Club. And I got some really cool designs for it. It's not like just some regular shit. It's some pretty cool designs to do with the brand and like college wear, and it combines both. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be amazing, and that's probably gonna be a limited drop too, just like everything else. So I can't wait for that drop, because I've always wanted to do a back to school drop, and now we can. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, because it's about to be crazy. And I can't wait to show you guys and for you guys to rock that in your colleges or your schools. And this one says, how far do you think Angel Club will grow? And honestly speaking, I think Angel Club is going to grow really big. I can't tell you guys exactly where we're going to be, but I believe in myself a lot, and I'm delusional. I'm pretty like I'm like a lot delusional, and I honestly think that this brand is going to grow past me. And I keep saying this. I'm gonna grow. My content's gonna grow. I think I'm gonna reach a new level in the future. But my brand is gonna just surpass me. People are just gonna know my brand. They're gonna know nothing. Like they're not even gonna know I was the owner of it. That's where I want to be too. I just want to grow it to be like such a well-known brand that people are like, oh, I love their clothes. I got this from them, and I got this from them, and the cool thing is that I feel like everybody's gonna have one piece of limited stuff. This person's gonna have the original black hoodie. This person's gonna have one of the new stuff that even like that person didn't have. It's gonna be like that, and everything's gonna be limited, so it's gonna be sought after a lot. So I can't wait for that when we get to that point, and it's gonna be amazing. Angel Club is gonna go to the moon, to the moon. This one says, "Why don't you post videos anymore?" I kind of covered it. Honestly, I've been just trying to focus on myself in the gym, because I wasn't happy with how I was looking at some points, because I would watch back a video. Let's say I recorded and be like, oh, why do I look like that? So I really been trying to grind in the gym, and I've been also focusing on the Angel Club stuff and the podcast. Like, nobody taught me how to do a podcast. I watch as much YouTube videos as I can, and then after that, I have to figure everything out. So I've been trying to grow this to be successful before I go back to social media. And I'm probably going to go back to TikTok soon. I have some TikTok ideas in mind, but honestly, I've been putting more time into the podcast, because this is something that I really enjoy doing. And it's one of the things I've been wanting to do forever. And now that we can do it, I've been trying to put as much time into it as possible. So I'll definitely come back to social media and everything. But also I've been trying to find a new niche to do because I'm kind of tired of doing the polars and the day in the lives. And this one kind of like goes back to the other one. It says, what other content do you want to do moving forward besides the podcast? And I guess for TikTok, I want to do more like talking videos, but also like same time do something entertaining at the same time. And as for YouTube, I would probably move the day in the lives from TikTok to YouTube, but I want it to be with somebody else recording. I don't have to like touch the camera, I just be doing my regular day in the life, like regular what I do on a daily basis, and somebody just recording me the entire day. And then boom, send it off to the editor, boom, and that's the YouTube video. That's the kind of YouTube videos I want to make. And I'll probably like throw in some challenges from here to there. But honestly, I just really been focusing on the podcast stuff, I can't wait until we grow to a big podcast and we have these amazing guests on. I have some guests that are kind of agreed to it, but I just been holding off because I wanted to get better equipment, and everything. So I'm telling you, once we upgrade everything and the podcast starts to blow up, you're going to see some crazy ass guests. And I love having guests on the podcast. I don't know if I mentioned that. The one we did with Preston was one of my favorites just because I got to do research. I love kind of like doing research and getting like to know more people and then having conversations with people because you learn a lot from everybody. And I just like seeing how other people's minds works. I don't know if that even made sense. I don't even know if that's proper English, but I just like seeing how other people's perspective on things and how they think about certain stuff. And maybe I'll learn stuff from these new people. Because I have like a couple guests that I really have never talked to in person. But when we have them on a podcast, I'd be able to learn more about them. And it's definitely people you guys know. So I can't wait for that. And that's definitely in the future, I'm just looking forward to it because I know we're going to get there. And this is the thing. I told you guys, I'm delusional and I know we're going to get there. And you can't tell me otherwise. What are some tips to doing social media? Kind of said this again, but like some actual tips like for doing social media. Just be consistent. After every video you post, go back and make a list of things you liked about it and things you didn't like about it. And then remember that list and save that list for next time. And then go down the list and make sure you've corrected your errors or at least tried. And, be honest with yourself. If you didn't really like how a video came out, then you have to kind of be honest with yourself. And just like remember it so you don't do it again and you don't keep making the same mistakes, because I've done that a lot with my TikToks. Like a lot of videos that I made I probably don't like now, but I've been like trying to improve like in every aspect, storytelling, content, and just like entertaining, keeping people's attention and everything. So honestly, just be honest with yourself in the content you're putting out. If you don't like the content you're putting out, then change it up. Because that's what I've been trying to do. I didn't like day in the lives. I was doing day in the lives so often. I hated it for a while. And I just kept putting it out because you guys, like, they would do good and you guys like them. But honestly, I don't really find too much joy in them anymore. So I kind of stopped doing them. And that's why I've been trying to figure out something else to do. And that's really hard. And this one just says, how did you get famous? I'm not famous. I'm going to throw that out there. I'm not famous. Do I want to be? Yeah, we're going to get there. That's down the line, from I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know if it's gonna be through TikTok, YouTube, the podcast, the brand, but we're gonna get there eventually. But right now, I wouldn't say I'm famous. I of course have followers and everything, but I'm not famous. Famous is like people that are known through like everywhere. That's kind of like that's how I see famous people. People that get recognized everywhere they go. And then this is a topic I put up like on my notes to cover. I kind of want to do a Patreon for you guys. So because I've seen a lot of other podcasts and social media people do this. They do Patrons where they put out exclusive content for people who subscribe to it. And it's on the app Patreon. And I've seen I've been watching a lot of videos on how to do it. So I think that's something that I'm a pursue and do for the podcast. So basically, on Patreon, I think it's like most of people's Patreons are like $5. So if you pay $5 a month, you basically get more content every week from me or probably from Sean, and it's gonna be on a weekly basis. Let's say like through the week you get 3 extra videos only on the Patreon. So I might end up doing that for the podcast. We'll probably have like extended podcasts, maybe like Q&As or like live Q&As with you guys. Maybe like I don't know. There's like a lot of ideas I have. And maybe like people on the Patreon get they get to go on the Angel Club website first when I drop something. That's also something I've seen. So I might end up doing that. And, it would also help finance the podcast because, the editing is expensive sometimes. So, it's just anything to help with the podcast and everything. So look forward to the Patreon. More news will be about it on my Instagram. And thank you to everybody who asked these questions. And they were all through Instagram. So I really appreciate you guys. I didn't want to make this video too long because I feel like people are just going to get tired of me just talking. That's why I had Sean on. That's why I have Sean on the podcast. So it's two people's perspectives on things. But I just want to keep this short. I might go live on Fridays before the podcast comes out just so I could talk to you guys and everything. But for right now, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Like I said, I don't want to make it too long, But we're going to be back next week, hopefully with a guest. If not, it's going to be me and Sean. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who watches this. And remember, you can clip this podcast, free rights. You can take this podcast, you can clip it up as much as you want, post it on TikTok. And TikTok pays you if your video is over a minute long. And if it gets views, you get paid. And that's how I get paid. So you have free will to do that with this podcast, and tag me in everything you do around this podcast. If you just post it on IG, you watching this, tag me, I'll repost it. I've done it in the past. I'm gonna keep doing it, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.